everyone. Welcome to Big Rodge Talks Hardball. I'm Roger Wilkinson, and we're picking up some of our conversation from yesterday. And today we're going to have a little bit of a controversial issue, but I'm going to talk to you about travel baseball and the benefits of playing travel baseball or not playing travel baseball as a major portion of your recruiting process. So I'll give you a quick rundown. Started this in 1999 with travel baseball. Had one of the top programs in America. 107 major league draft picks, 7 of those which made the big leagues, 3 national titles. And in 1999 and 2001, in that era, there was only 10 or 12 baseball teams in the state of Georgia that played travel baseball. And every team had great players. I remember playing James Beavers and the East Cobb Yankees back in 2001. I think was the first time we played them, maybe 2000. And, all 9 players on his team on the starting lineup that day played in the big leagues. He had guys like Matt Capps, Micah Owens, Stephen Drew, Jeremy Hermedia, guys like that, Chris Nelson, all played in the major leagues. And so I even had 3 guys that played in the major leagues that were first rounder, McKay McBride, Jonathan Broxton, who spent 13 years with the Los Angeles Dodgers and various teams in the majors, and Brooks Brown, who was a first rounder, played with the Colorado Rockies. So all of the teams were really talented in those early 2000s years. The competition was great, and college coaches were flocking to the park. And I remember back in 2005, had a great team. I think we had 7 or 8 ACC, SEC players in our lineup. And I remember the college coaches just pouring in to see these guys. 50 pro scouts would roll in to see McBride or Broxton pitch and all of these things. And it was really very good for baseball. And then, Perfect Game started back in those early 2000s. I played in the first event they had in Atlanta. I think 40 teams showed up. All super high quality teams. There were teams like Ohio Warhawks, Doolin's Dodgers, East Cobb Astros, East Cobb Yankees, and so forth. Some great programs back then that had a stockpile of talent for all of these guys to see. Now, let's reel the tape forward 21 years. And where we are today, the Perfect Game event has 380 teams in it. Again, there's probably 50 really solid, great teams. And the talent pool has really been watered down because of the popularity of the sport. In the mid-2000s, a lot of people got into the business of travel baseball, and it became, instead of only the elite level players getting an opportunity, everybody wanted to play. And since it was a business, they just let everyone that wanted to play sign up. And that's where we are today, as if you've got a pulse, you get an opportunity to play in these events. Which is fine, but it's just watered down the product, and it's turned the recruiting situation probably in a negative return for you right now. And let me explain why. Back in 1999 and 2000, 2001, 18 and under baseball was the signature of the game. And, the top players played 18 and under baseball. Well, that game is dead now. There's no 18 and under baseball remaining. And so it shifted about, 2006 to 17 under baseball. That became the real popular thing. 2007, 8, 9, 10, 11, 17 and under. Really big time. If you want to see all the great players, 17 and under. All the 18 and unders that kind of got pushed to the curb. They had already committed. And now we were dealing with 17 and under. We'll reel the tape forward to today. Now 17 and under baseball is on its deathbed and is on its way out. And now the big Power 5 guys are out recruiting 15, 14, 16-year-old players, and the 17-year-olds are getting left out. So what that means is if you've got a kid that is a rising senior the summer of his junior year, it's a very difficult challenge for you to get him out of Division I school. The mid-majors are still recruiting that group. All of the Power 5 guys are finished, and they're working on the young kids. But what I've come to find out after spending an entire month in Atlanta this summer, watching all these different age groups, as I had teams up there, the Division II schools and the junior college programs are staying home because they have this new product out there called the NCAA Transfer Portal. The NCAA transfer portal is what something I talked about yesterday, is that the NCAA transfer portal is taking all of the players that are being released by Division I schools, and they're putting them in this transfer notice type arena where now all the Division I, 2, 3 junior college NAIA guys can see this information, and they're bringing those transfer players in. And one very interesting fact that I've come to discover is if you've committed to a Power 5 school as a 14, 15, or 16-year-old, your chances of staying at that school more than one season are 22%. 78% of the players committed as freshmen and sophomores either never step on campus or they play one season and leave. So that's a huge number, and what it's done is it's backlogged all of the recruiting. So now the D2 guys and the JUCO guys are all sitting there trying to find out who's on that transfer portal, because all of these kids are pretty good players or they wouldn't have been able to sign or commit to a Power 5 school, and so they're probably better than the ones that can get just out recruiting. So they're not coming out to these events. They're sitting in and watching the transfer portal. They are picking up a few high school players, but not as many as they have in the past. And this is getting me to the point that I wanted to make today is, okay, so you're out spending $2,000 or $3,000 to play on a team, which is not is a lot of money, but not a ton of money. But the money is being spent and you being off work for 5 or 6 weeks, or hotel rooms at Holiday Inn for 5 or 6 weeks, and driving your car and feeding your family and all that stuff on the road for 5 or 6 weeks. Now that number is the best I can figure is $8,000 to $10,000. So now you've invested $13,000 and your kid is not a major college player, and so nobody's there to watch them. So you're out every week at these events playing every day. The schools that need to see you aren't there. Because if you haven't committed as a 15, 16-year-old, if you're 17, you're out here playing, your window of opportunity at the Power 5 level is gone. So you're either like looking at a mid-major level, maybe, if they're not full, and the D2 guys are staying home. So how do you best market your kid to play at the next level without dropping $13,000 in futility? And I think we have some answers in that as we're moving forward to developing a product that can shorten the amount of time you're actually having to play, and use high-tech gear to get the data in the hands of the coaches that are sitting in their office and not spending money out recruiting because it's been effort and futility for them, because so many of these kids are getting committed so early that they're just spinning their wheels trying to be out on the road all the time. So I think what we're able to do is provide you with some answers and a product that in the Players Tour that can remedy your money situation and the amount of time you're having to be away from work and on the road and the wear and tear on your kid's body, and still get them what you're looking for, which is an opportunity to play after high school. Now, if you're a major college player or a pro draft pick playing on the circuit and all the PG stuff is fine. I don't think you have to play as many games as these guys are playing, but it's still fine, and and it works for those guys. But if your kid is a Division II player, Division III player, or a junior college level player, then it's not so fine. You're making an investment that's not going to pay you back. You're going to put $36,000 into this over 3 years, and you're not going to get a return on your money. So what I would be looking at is trying to get more into the high-tech stuff, get video clips, get people to evaluate your players, go to the college campuses that you're interested in their camps and whatnot, and play in short events like the Georgia Dugout Top 100 is a good event. The Georgia All-Stars game's been running for 8 years. We've been doing that. It's a great event, and putting yourself in a position to play a shorter window, but guarantee there's people there to see you play. And so that's my 2 cents on it. I think travel baseball is deteriorating. The quality of play has really dropped significantly since the early 2000s, and I think there's just a better way to market your player and to get results without playing a 50-game summer schedule and being gone away from home for 7 weeks. And I think that we can we can help you with that. I think that you want to get in touch with me, info@scoutsusa.com. I think that we can make your recruiting experience and the money you save be very significantly different than what you're doing right now. I hope you guys have enjoyed this information. I enjoy talking to you every day. We're going to give it to you like hard ball, fast ball, straight talk, so that you can kind of understand what's going on in the baseball world today. Tomorrow we'll pick up on the conversation, and we'll look forward to answering any questions that you might have. And you guys have a great day, and we'll see you around at the ballpark. So